And we're back. Bryce has still the plain bright white walls behind him because he doesn't have his green screen yet.
Basically, it's a process. This move. I mean, the fact that we've given ourselves a month is like super nice, but at the same time, it isn't forcing us to be as quick as we should be, or as quick as I want to be. So
he's back to the era of not having a green screen. It's just his blank white ass walls and a TV.
Hey, yeah, it's just enough like background there.
Enough. It's enough to make it go. He's not in a padded room.
I mean, you don't know that I'm not in solitary confinement.
I mean, you kind of are, I guess.
So
stellar.
Anyway.
So
last week was Specs was done, and now Specs thinks I'm done.
I think you're done. You said, "Oh, I'll be back soon." Could be tomorrow, could be next week, it could be a month from now.
No, I mean, the interesting thing is I'm probably, if you're watching this, there's a very, very small chance that I streamed this past weekend. I'm not 100% relying on it, but it's a very small chance. But I am definitely going to be streaming this weekend. The thing is I don't know how much, I am going to stream, and then the following week I go on vacation.
Your last stream was almost a month ago, so hey, kudos.
It was 25 days ago.
He's not coming back, folks. Dad's never coming back from the liquor store. He's just too nice to tell you, unlike me. He just says, I'm done.
No, you're the one who says I'm done, and then you just mysteriously come back for a few months, and then you go back to being done.
What did I say? Like, what if I just started another channel and told nobody?
Yeah, and then I said, what would be not fine? You're like, I just want that momentum.
No, it's like I want the momentum. I just want to like screw with people enough to be like, wait a minute, like, and just say nothing. Like, what are you talking about? It's not me.
It's just some good looking guy who looks like me.
No, you think I'd use a face cam?
Oh no.
Oh hell no. Huh?
You'd be a VTuber after that? Is that what we're doing? You're gonna join Martin on the VTuber?
Dude, I'd love to be a VTuber. I could stream my PJs and no one would know. Maybe I'll do that.
You're gonna say I could stream in the nude.
I could. I wouldn't have to wear pants.
That's true.
I could just put a PNG in the corner with the sound bars and call it a day.
I mean,
it's saying nothing.
I mean,
how messed up would that be?
You don't even say anything to me. You just do it.
I just do it. Stream on a whole other channel and just be like,
I finally. It's funny because it'd be like I'd finally pass your follower count.
That's when I'll come back.
You'd be like, actually,
that's when I'll come.
I have 2,000 followers.
That's when I come back. I'll come back when you hit 230.
Oh yeah.
That's when I'll come back.
Just so you can get to 230. You're going to come back, do a Mario stream.
I'll come back. I'll come back, hit 300 and stop again.
Oh, man. Look, okay. This will be the last bit of like, the thing for me with you leaving streaming was your content had gotten to a point now where I was like, oh man, I'm really enjoying this content. I felt like you were like, in the prime of your game. It'd be like if LeBron retired like 4 years ago or 3 years ago after winning the 2020 championship. He'd be like, yeah, I'm retired. And everybody's like, what?
It's weird. If you look like at the actual analytics, it really is not as good as you think it is, which is, I'm not even looking at your numbers, because like numbers on Twitch is like, no, I don't think the numbers that
I'm saying, look at your performance, like your how you stream.
Yeah.
It's just me. So.
How I streamed.
I thought you were more entertaining than ever. But you're sitting here coming down on yourself. That's why you left the game.
That's why I retired the headphones.
And then you put them back on just to talk with me. So, speaking of which, the headphones.
Still not wearing them. Switch back to the earbuds.
So, the Spects has a new podcast coming up. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot. Hopefully, everything will be coming out today, which is Monday. I'm starting my own separate thing from this, not quitting this. He's
quitting on me. He wants to leave me. He's like, Bryce is dragging me down.
Yeah, we're gonna ditch Bryce and bring on Oxy, and we're just gonna call it Whiskey with Oxy and with Specs and Oxy.
I thought you were gonna bring on Timmy.
Tim would be a good one. So the working title right now is just Specs on Sports. It's gonna be taking some of like what I'm writing throughout, and all that stuff kind of just in one thing. Hopefully there'll be a blog site going up under in the description if I got it done this weekend. That'll have like a 15-20 minute sort of podcast episode every week where it covers the bigger things around my world of sports. So the Colts, the Lakers, the Angels, the Ducks, USC football, once that kind of gets going again. Well, sort of either it'll be separate from this. I'm not leaving this. I'm not leaving this. It's just more so to funnel everything kind of to where I want it to go and put a little bit more focus into that. It'll be
pre-recorded. I think you say you're not leaving this, but you're gonna leave this.
I'm not.
You're gonna be like, Bryce, today is our last one. not today, but I'm saying
today.
Like, there's gonna be a moment in the next like month or two.
I don't think so.
You're like, look, Bryce, I'm stretching myself too thin. I really want to focus on this other one.
I'm literally doing 20 minutes. Like it's 20 minutes. It shouldn't really be a problem.
On this other one, make some more segments for it, and really focus on the branding of it. I just don't know if I could do Coffee and Specs anymore because it's not like it's promoting my channel. So,
you think Specs on Sports will?
Well, no, but it'll promote your writing. That's why I'm saying you left streaming.
I left streaming to
focus on your writing.
I did.
You like how I'm holding a screwdriver, by the way?
Holding a pencil.
There's no point to it. I'm just doing it to as like a fidget kind of thing.
Fidget spinner.
Yeah, but no. That's what I'm saying. Is you left streaming for writing already. What? Who's to say you're not gonna be like, I can't do YouTube anymore or anything. I'm just gonna do Specs on Sports and rename it after my actual first name. I won't dox you yet because
I don't know. Like I said, it's a working title. I don't necessarily.
You're still technically on YouTube, even though you've also slowed down your YouTube content.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I want to do there. I got some idea. I got some idea. It's just this week was so damn slow all around that I didn't want to do anything.
I get you.
I just sort of I took the All-Star break off. No, I uploaded a video. What, Wednesday or yesterday? Wednesday. There were 2 uploads this week. Okay, 1.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I go to your YouTube and it's like I looked at this earlier.
Tie game.
Yeah, it's been a tie game. It's been a tie game. You're behind.
I am behind.
Why are you so far behind?
I don't know.
Let's see. So this week you uploaded 2 videos. One of them was this podcast, which is literally just you going, boop, boop. All right, it's uploaded.
It takes like 2 hours to upload. It's kind of annoying.
Maybe we should shorten this to a half-hour podcast.
I would dream. I can only dream of stuff like that.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, what we could do is we could start to
segment it more.
Segmenting it more. Maybe break it down into like the video game discussion can be uploaded one week and sports discussion another week, and we can just record it once every 2 weeks sort of thing and record it all at once.
It's sort of stupid. I literally, as much as I complain, like, oh, it takes 2 hours to upload, I'm literally like, I just upload it while I'm playing like the show or something, or I'm playing something else.
Oh,
or I'm in the shower.
I bet you that it would only take me.
It would take
to upload.
Dog, you know what? I'll let you upload it. I'll give you the login if I remember it. You can upload the podcast to the channel. Save me time.
You'd have to send me the file though. Is the thing.
We have a.
I think you'd still have to upload
We have a drop thing. Oh, I didn't have to upload it. You'd have to record it and all that stuff.
But I guess the upload would take a little bit. But I don't have all the stuff for the recording. It would take too much work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. You in the past 2 weeks,
I think I've uploaded. I've
uploaded a total of 5 videos, 2 of which are this podcast.
Yeah, I've slowed down.
That's why I said you slowed down. And then going even further back, you only uploaded a couple, like 2 or 3. You uploaded 3 extra beyond that. That were not the podcast.
Yeah.
Going back as far as 3 weeks.
I gotta figure out. Like I said, I gotta figure out what I want to do on there.
I mean, your MLB videos are starting to pop off a little bit.
That's all I do is bitch.
I wish I could have content like that. You saying I should start whining?
You know what? Truth be told, I don't necessarily want. I just sort of I just tell it how it is. I don't. If it's bad, I say it's bad. If it's good, I say it's good. That's all I do. I don't mince words. I don't do this whole like company shill thing. If it's bad, I'm like, it's bad. If the apparent company doesn't like me because I'm honest, well, too bad. I'm going to be honest.
I mean, I'm sure you're not even a blip on the parent company's radar.
I've heard that allegedly, like, they'll jump in and watch it, and it's like, I don't necessarily, I don't believe it, but it wouldn't shock me if they sort of like scan through it and they're like, oh, this thing's got however many views. Like, I think when it went I don't know how many views it has offhand, but let me see something. Let's see. So like my no cell video has 1.4K views. Like, I'm sure they saw that one if they, care, because I kind of ripped them a new one in that one.
See, if you want them to notice you got to come back to Twitch.
I've heard that they jumped. I've heard they jumped in. They'll jump into random streams, and I'm like, oh, I don't believe it. Yeah. I don't believe it. I don't think. I think they have their sec that they like, and will say, oh, you make sure you have some sort of way to contact you. You never know what can happen. And I'm like, no, I think I do. Yeah. I think I do. I can sort of tell who your type is, and I'm not your type. I'm not everything's great and dandy. No, I'm going to say it sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm the person who says, hey, when your top creators who you guys are cool with say, oh, we need to have this no sell because it ruins the legacy of the game, and they and they go 25, and I see 25 12-0s under the belt and counting, like, and you're the ones complaining, like, no, Not how this works.
Sure.
Like, you don't get to sit up on your high horse with your rolling stubs and tell everyone else like how rough it is for you. Like, I don't care. Like, it's their fault.
It's all your fault. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I do have to laugh. Like, people who were complaining about it will then come back and say other things against it. And it's funny. It's hilarious that it's like right after I say it in a video usually. And I'm like, that's weird. But I digress. Yeah. So, new separate podcast. It should be up Fridays in a video format. On the channel, I recorded one today. I'm probably not going to put it up. It's just there. I mainly recorded it to see if I could kind of get it to work the way I wanted to. It sort of does, but it's just I'm probably have to write like at least some sort of script for myself instead of free flowing, and that's not something I want to do. But we'll see how it goes. That'll be uploaded probably every Friday.
And the basic synopsis of that whole topic is Specs is leaving me. Give him just a month and he'll be like, look, this is I'm starting to get listens.
I can get 20. I can do 20 minutes and not an hour with someone who has to put their children to bed. This is way more easier.
You're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't really care about our friendship anymore.
Jesus. All right, so what are you playing? I assume you haven't been playing much since you've been moving.
I've been doing some Mario Maker on my off time just to like keep myself fresh. Play some Rocket League here and there.
How's Rocket League on the fiber?
On the what? Oh, on the fiber. It's way better. Like I never lag anymore. It's super nice. Like I had one bit of lag like a week ago, and I could tell you it was definitely not my internet. It was the server.
That's good.
And it's nice to be able to say the lag isn't me, it's the server. And do you know what's nice right now? I am watching the Angels game while we do this stream.
So am I.
Or while we do this podcast.
So am I.
And my internet can actually handle it.
So am I. And Otani went out. Otani went out with the trainer again. Oh boy, I guess that Splitter's bugging him again. Blister.
He's just doing that because he's like, yeah, I'm done.
He doesn't want to be traded. We're getting that.
You know what'd be really funny is if we get to like the contract deadline or the contract stuff.
The trading deadline?
The trade deadline. And then the Angels are just like, we've signed Otani to a 12-year, $700 million contract.
ESP, you know that gif of the girl screaming no when Donald Trump got elected that went viral? That'd be like that'd be the entire baseball media east of the Mississippi. Just that collective no.
That'd be Dodger fans too.
Yeah.
I have a friend at work who's a coworker. He's a friend of mine, and he's a big Dodger fan, and he just comes in and is
maybe we're
like,
maybe we're
losing Otani.
You know what?
You know that, right?
Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I have a bold prediction. He's not going to the Dodgers.
Oh no, he's either going to the Mariners.
I don't think he's going to the Mariners.
I think he's going to the Mariners, the Padres. I mean, we'll get to this in a second.
We'll get to it, but I don't think he's going to the Dodgers.
Rocket League is what I've been playing, and but now what's also nice is with my new internet, I can download and like do stuff like easily without like having to worry about like what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, without having to worry about download speeds. So I can now like uninstall games to play other games sort of thing without too much issue. So it's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it was fun. I've had a couple of updates for Warzone. I did play a little bit of Warzone. Yes.
Yesterday.
I got wrecked, but you know.
It happens.
No, but what was I gonna say? But Sorry, but
wow.
But there's been a couple of the downloads for updates on that have both been like, one of them was only like 150 megs, and then the other one was like 10 gigs, but both of them were done within less than 10 minutes.
Now you can play Hogwarts Legacy, not have any problem when it comes to those downloads.
I need to get back into that, but I think I'm going to offload that for now. And my brother really wants me to play Fallout 4, and I have that game. I just need to actually go through and play. I've heard really good things about Fallout 4. I played Fallout 3, and it was great.
I think Fallout
Vegas, and it was great.
Fallout 4, I think, is like my least favorite. But I hate building. So
yeah,
not fun for me.
Speaking of which, we need to get back into Valheim. Maybe that can be your YouTube content. You just edit highlights of you and I playing Valheim together. We'll
see. I think what I'm gonna start doing is, maybe I'll do it in Discord. I don't know. Is doing like longer recording segments and then scripting it out, and then like doing like one of those videos and make it like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah. You gotta start if you're gonna stream anything on Discord, it's gotta be
16,
Final Fantasy.
right?
Final Fantasy 7. So,
and I need to finish it.
But anyways, we need to get back into Valheim because you liked it when we were playing it, but then we just got busy.
You had to move, so we can jump back into it. That, and we got to do Pokemon Stadium.
We do. I mean, maybe you can hop into one of my streams and we'll do Pokemon Stadium live on Twitch, and it'll be me trying to like drag you back into Twitch a little bit. But then you won't have to worry about actually streaming it yourself. So I'll be like, the title of my stream will be like, Specs is back, sort of. And nobody will understand when they're looking at the title of the stream. They'll be like, Specs? Who's Specs? What? Where did he go?
Wait, who's Specs and where did he left? When did he leave?
I have been doing some Pokemon Stadium mini games.
No, we just do battles.
No, I know. But I've been doing the mini games because it's what I remember doing as a kid, because I never had a Nintendo 64, so whenever I went over to play Stadium at any of my friends' houses, it was always, let's do the mini games, Clefairy, all that stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we can do like a Nuzlocke run of the gyms that they have. That'd probably be more my wheelhouse than yours.
Oh man, yeah, no, it would be. I did do a few battles, and I'm still kind of relearning how to do all that.
Especially Gen 1. Gen 1's a different breed.
I still hate that Nintendo won't put the Pokemon games on the online stuff. So
I'm sure they will soon. They did on the DS, so I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Anyways,
just give them time. Give them time.
So Threads is the thing.
Yeah. I'm playing both South Park games in the show. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
Oh, right. What are you playing, Specs?
I'm playing the South Park games. They're really fun. They're just different.
South Park has just never been my groove.
Games are fun.
I'm not coming down on you for playing it. I'm just saying, like,
no, they're just
South Park's just never been my groove. Like, even like when I was in high school, it was more a matter of like,
I think South Park is in this
like being so like ultra conservative growing up in terms of like what I watched and everything. But even now that I've like expanded that kind of horizon, it's like,
I think South Park's gone the same way.
Too much of it
has gone the same way of like Family Guy. Like all the good parts you can find on YouTube anyway. The games are just I
Even
just think
then,
the games are
I only
fun.
occasionally chuckle at South Park stuff, so it's just never my type of comedy.
That's fine. The games are fun. I've been playing those. Well, I backed off a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom. I got because I had so many goddamn gold coins. I downloaded a Dragon Ball Z RPG on my Switch that I have on my Xbox, but just so I can have some fun playing it. Got some Xenoverse on the old Switch now. Just a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
They got it for free with my 700 coins, with like my 1,000 coins.
I don't even know how many coins I have for the.
They literally told me they were expired. I'm like, oh shoot, I should probably get some.
I need to go through and look at what I have in terms of coins, because I've purchased plenty of games, not a ton, but you know.
I'll get games and I forget about the coins. They're like, hey, these are expired. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta use them. And if there's a sale going on, like there was, it was like, I don't have to pay out of pocket for this. Heck yeah. So, all right. So Threads, huh?
Yeah, no. Here's the thing about Threads.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for more people to coalesce into Threads.
Pull less into Threads?
Coalesce.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think for me, and I sort of said it like in my initial one, is it's like I think it'll be sort of like I can be less candid on Threads versus Twitter, where I can kind of, it's mainly people I'm aware of, who I know. So where it's not like Twitter, where it's like I have to like hide behind it a little bit. Like no one's gonna be like, we're gonna check your threads.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think my initial thought is gonna be this. It'll be way easier for influencers probably on Threads than it will be on Twitter for the foreseeable future. Although Twitter's partner payout creator program, by golly, pretty good. But I wonder if it'll be
not sustainable is my question.
I wonder if it might be a little bit easier on Threads because of just like how that main thing is, at least for the time being, compared to Twitch or compared to Twitter. But I don't know. Twitter, I think they're both, I think both of them are going to have their place. It's just a matter of sort of like how one flows into the other, where it's like if Twitter's the town square, Threads might be the local pub, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where it's like you go there to hang out, but Twitter's like where everyone else is, you know, which is fine. Like I said, I think both having their own space isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I like the feel of Threads more. So if more people were like milling around on Threads, like more of my friends in particular, then I would be more.
I think it'd be
easier for me to.
I think we just forget that it's there.
Everybody downloaded it, and then it was like, okay.
I know they're like, look at all our downloads for the first day. I'm like, yeah, but
I was actually a little surprised about that. I mean, I thought most people would just be like, I already have Twitter.
I think most people kind of want a like a second like alternative.
Well, I think Twitter was just kind of losing a lot of its value for a while, and
well, it happened. Didn't Threads drop like right after Twitter was like limiting everything?
Yeah, and they still are. They still are limiting how many tweets you can read.
I only hit it that limit the first day, and I haven't hit it since. And I feel like I've been back to kind of like.
I don't read that many tweets.
I feel like
I've never really hit it, but it's still like it was still all the stuff they've done since Elon's taken over.
I feel like I'm getting close to it, but I can never tell because now it's like back up to somewhat normal. But I'm like, but it's like I feel like I'm scrolling a fair amount again, or maybe I'm not. But I think I use my PC more probably for it. So that's for news articles and such.
Sure. You're one of those.
I just need to coalesce when I'm writing. So like, because I need information.
Yeah. So, no, I think Threads is.
Threads will have its
I think it has a future, and if Twitter continues to make weird decisions, at the very least, what Threads does is it improves Twitter.
Yeah, which is always a good thing.
It forces Twitter to be on their best game, because if Twitter starts to make stupid moves, then people will go, "Well, Threads is around."
Yeah.
So no,
I think more than likely both will coexist.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, I don't think Twitter's ever going to go away permanently. It would,
despite what a lot of people think,
wild for that to happen. But it will eventually, if they continue to make weird decisions, it will eventually
it'll hit a ceiling.
It'll hit a ceiling because people will be like, I can't stand this new terrible thing they're doing.
Yeah. So how about that Vegas sphere?
You know,
it's weird,
I've
right?
only seen the occasional tweet about it.
It's weird. I guess that ends that segment.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you're just like, what the heck?
It's just advertising, like really. Yeah. It's an odd way to advertise, but it's advertising nonetheless. So hey, there we go. Segue.
You know who's been getting free advertisements?
Microsoft,
because they've been in court. So Sony, technically.
Yeah, and Microsoft finally won one this week, which is big for them with Activision. So now really the only big hurdle is the UK, which I assume will probably follow suit. So 2 years of nonsense to get Activision seems to be over.
And I mean, Sony put all their cards in this. They showed all their cards with this, and now it's just like, okay.
Well, it looked really bad. It looked really bad for Sony when Microsoft said, "All right, we'll bring our receipts. You're gonna bring yours," and Sony's like, "What?" Well, but I mean, antitrust lawsuits are so finicky anyway. But like, it sort of seemed interesting when Microsoft called the bluff on Sony and said, "All right, show your receipts," and Sony was like, you know what? How about we don't? So, but we'll see.
But that's the funny thing is,
it didn't look good for Sony, and Sony's gone. And like I said, when your main game is a Sony game, and you're kind of, if we're getting a sneak peek of what Sony's gonna pull, it's gonna be a rough go about it for Sony if this trend continues.
Well, and the thing is Microsoft isn't gonna be super litigious about it. They're just gonna kind of be like, okay, we won. Yeah,
but the whole thing too with Microsoft, it's the one thing people don't understand, is for the most part, when it comes to Microsoft buying studios, Microsoft doesn't want the studios to necessarily make stuff for them. All Microsoft is sort of doing is like, do your own thing. We'll just backfund it. Like, look at Bethesda. Like, I know technically Starfield is an exclusive to PC and Xbox, but it'll come to PlayStation. It'll probably be 90 days after the fact. But I don't know two people who are stuck on console these days.
Yeah, I feel like PC is kind of the way of the future, which is funny because it was the way of the past for a long time. So
PC?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying for a while, PC, like consoles were like the way to play video games for a long time. And now it's swinging back to PC because PCs can do more.
I think PCs can do more, and people are realizing that here's what you want to hear. So something funny. My PC is on par with an Xbox, like an Xbox One S or something for the moment. And I made this point to my buddy. I'm like, you do realize, like, if I just drop $500, my PC is like outlast that Xbox. He's like, well, I could do the same thing. And I'm like, no, you can't. You can't upgrade your Xbox the way I can upgrade a PC.
Yeah, not quite the same way.
I go, yeah, you can get a bigger hard drive, but I can upgrade my graphics card.
Yeah. Yeah, if your Xbox starts to lag with certain things, it's not going to be okay.
So.
But yeah, no, Microsoft, I think, honestly, it's a good thing for everybody. And Sony's gonna regret not taking that 10-year deal of having COD on the PlayStation 5, which I think it'll still, or 10 years of it being on the PlayStation, but I think it'll still end up on the PlayStation regardless. Microsoft just cares about sales, so they don't care if it's their console or your or opponent's consoles. They already have enough of a foothold that they're going to survive.
Probably. Like I said, I don't. If I've said this when it comes to it. I go, if Microsoft really wanted to win everything, they throw all their money into their PC, their gaming PCs, and wipe the floor with everyone. And they've sort of started doing that to some degree.
I mean, I think the big reason that they're doing a lot of this
acquisition is for that reason. Is for that reason. And the funny part is there were reports that it was forcing Sony's hand to creating a launcher similar to what Xbox to what Xbox has, instead of going through Steam or Epic. They want their own launcher. So if that ultimately leads to Sony having to go to Windows for a launcher, they win.
Yeah. I mean, it all goes back to Microsoft and theirs, right? Which
I'm sure Sony wants to admit, but that's all that. Right. Now we get into the fun stuff. There was All-Star Week. This made my week incredibly boring, to be frank with you, but it was fun to watch. So did you get to see any of it?
Any of the All-Star game?
Any of the All-Star game? Okay, great. What did you think of the Derby?
I thought it was kind of ho-hum, maybe, to me.
God, I hate you.
Did you love it?
I liked it. I think they need to redo the format to a certain degree, because I think it's kind of.
I did think it was funny that the batting practice beforehand.
I think it sucks when someone like Adley Rushman, who gets beat out by a single home run, is out, but like the guy who went up against Mookie Betts, moved on. Mookie Betts didn't do jack shit. I think that's kind of rough.
Yeah,
but I mean, them's the breaks. Vlad won, so that's cool. But Julio Rodriguez put on a show. Good Lord. 40-something home runs in the first round.
Yeah. You remember the year Vlad Sr. won?
Yeah, it was like he hit like 17.
It was like the worst year ever. But Angels fans didn't care. We were just like, oh, yeah. Our guy won.
In San Francisco.
But, no, yeah, so now Vlad Sr. and Vlad Jr. have won a
the first father-son duo to do it. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, there was some cool stuff. I mean, I thought it was funny, the batting practice before the Derby, the kid that got hit in the head trying to catch the ball.
That was during the home run Derby.
No, I thought it was during.
No. No, that wasn't BP.
I read online that wasn't BP.
No, that wasn't BP. That wasn't during BP. That was during the Derby, my guy.
Oh man. For some reason, I thought I read that it was during BP before the actual.
Nope, that was during the actual Derby. During the Derby, local kids from Boys and Girls Club are the guys who get to do BP, and one took one straight to the dome.
Trying to catch it and just misread the
ball.
Right
in the face.
And those are not.
I think somebody said that ball came off the bat at 118 miles an hour. Like, shit, that kid's dead.
Jeez. No, I mean, and then the sad thing is you hope the kid's okay, but then they're probably gonna go back to school and everybody's gonna be like, you
got hit in the face by a ball. You didn't see any of the All-Star game? All-Star game was kind of lackluster to a certain degree, honestly. Esteves did well, so that was cool. Seattle loves Ohtani. They were chanting, "Come to Seattle." Yeah, pissed off Angels Twitter saying it was classless, and then he went out and said, "Oh, I love Seattle." I'm like, well, who doesn't love Seattle? Everyone loves Seattle.
I honestly think. I mean, we'll yeah. So we'll get to this when we talk about the trade time, but I honestly think Seattle is one of the few locations he might leave the Angels for.
We'll see. But nothing really set out in the All-Star game. It was a 3-2 win for the NL. Elias Diaz hitting the go-ahead homer, and he was the MVP. He got a nice little card in the show that I got today or yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you got that 99 Shohei card.
I did. I got the 99 Shohei. I got the 99 first overall pick. The only card I'm missing is the 99 Vlad, which I will be getting shortly, probably. So,
working hard,
making it work. Yeah, doing things.
But and no, yeah, Seattle. I didn't think it was classless. I mean, look,
I didn't think it was either.
Ohtani is the greatest player almost in history so far. Like, obviously, he has more to prove before we could actually anoint him the greatest player of all time. But he is currently one of the greatest players of his generation.
Yeah,
he's currently the best player in the baseball.
Yeah, I don't take it personally.
And so it's like if that kind of chatter was going on with Michael Jordan back in the day.
Yeah, I say
every crowd would be chanting.
Yeah,
come to LA, come to New York, come to Miami, like all that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, we love Michael.
Yeah,
we love Michael.
So
this is an interesting one. Shifting from Ohtani here. Is Nevin managing on borrowed time at this point? And the game's still going on. It's currently 7-3. The Angels are looking to strike again, but 7-4. Sorry. But over the last
not that it matters because people who are listening or watching this.
Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, looking at the past 6 games, this has sort of been a weird point of contention where I'm working, where a lot of people are like, I think there's 2 different narratives being driven right now. And one is that the Angels are being cruel and holding Ohtani hostage is this weird national narrative. But the local one is a very different story. It's a lot of almost no one knows what's really going on. But really, the only person who knows what's going on is Ohtani. And I think it's one of those, to me, if everything goes bad the next 6 games, then you might ask him, hey, do you want to go somewhere or do you want to stay? If he wants to go, you try to make a deal. And if he wants to leave, I'm under the impression he doesn't really want to. I think he'd rather kind of wait it out. And if he wants to leave, he'll leave. That's what I'm figuring. But again, I think the national narrative is he needs to be saved and needs to go somewhere. But it's just like a lot of the teams that seem to be interested aren't going to be willing to give up a whole lot. But we can hold that for later. But is the clock kicking down on Nevin? Because I have to admit, it sort of seems like he's given up at this point.
I think he honestly has until the end of the year.
I don't think he shouldn't.
No, could he? No, definitely not. He's horrible.
So I want to make.
Will he? Yes, probably. That's my guess. This is how Artie Moreno runs things. Artie's just saying, look, it doesn't really even matter. As competitive as Artie can be, I don't think he cares enough. I think he's honestly like, you know what? I'm saving money by not paying a major guy. We're being just competitive enough. We're still selling tickets because we still have Ohtani, you know.
So I want to make an interesting point where I think there's something amiss going on here. So this is from Sam Blum of The Athletic. The decision to outright David Fletcher came down to Nito starting every day at shortstop and the team viewing Andrew Velasquez as a better backup defensive shortstop, Nevin said. And then he also said, worth noting today, they chose to call up Stefanik over keeping Fletcher, though. Outrighting Fletcher gives them 40-man flexibility. And the interesting thing from our friends over at Locked On Halos, David Fletcher at shortstop the season, 113 innings, fielding percentage of 1,000, plus 0.6 UZR, -1 defensive run saved. Andrew Velasquez this season at short, 106 and a third innings, 944 fielding percentage, and a -0.4 ultimate zone rating, and 0 defensive runs saved. And they go on to say, not going to sit here and bang the drum for you guys either, but so far Squid has been nothing, has not been the shortstop he was last year. Rather than what Nevin said about his defense, Vasquez does have more to offer on the bases, as we discussed on today's show, pinch, run, steal, etc. But it was interesting. I agree with sort of their original point of, if that's their defense of, oh, he's a better shortstop. He's not a better shortstop than Fletch. He's on. I'm not big on Stefanik as a lot of other Angel fans are. I think Stefanik is a 4A player. He's not. I think he's a fun story that the Angel fans love to grip onto. But I don't think he deserves a spot. Same thing with Fletcher, but I think Fletcher's better than Velasquez. And some funny breaking news. So there was a play that Nevin made, and Nevin pulled good old Rengifo after he completely botched a play and then tried to blame it on this guy. So good on Nevin for benching that loser. But I think it's too little too late.
And I mean, it looks like the Angels are going to lose because getting into a double play on a bunt is not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and at some point the blame has to be passed. And I haven't brought this up. I haven't brought this up because I never got it really verified, and I'm never gonna get it verified. So Victor Rojas has a podcast with the Angel Win guys. I personally don't care for them. I think they're borderline propaganda homers, and I don't like that stuff. But one of the guys made a fascinating point, and I could smell the lie from here. And I'm surprised Victor didn't say anything, but he made a comment in episode 2 that the players really like Phil Nevin because of how he treats them. And the part that I'm like, that he was lying was, he said he's really hard on the players who need it and not so hard on the players that don't. And I go, there is no manager at any professional level, any sport level, be it high school, little league, pony, junior high, varsity, freshman, that ever, if he's a hard ass, he's a hard ass. If he's a player's guy, he's a player's guy. There is no manager at any level that will legitimately play favorites like that. Do managers and coaches treat players differently? Yeah, but for the most part, a hard ass is a hard ass. And that was in March, April when I heard that, and I'm like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think, like I said, I think there's certain podcasts that are Angel related that are more team propaganda, and because they want to, they don't want to be edgy. Like, I think a lot of people view Sam Blum as like very edgy. And a lot of people want to be the counter to that. So they'll lean more propaganda-y, which is bad, because then you're just going to spew whatever things you do. And I try to avoid it myself, and I think I fail a little bit in that regard. But there's so many things where, like, you hear bits of it, and just the way he manages, it sort of seems like he just gives up, and then all of a sudden he kind of, a switch flicks on his head that, oh shoot, I need to get ejected. I need to do something because everyone thinks I should. I really think if this skid looks like it's going to continue, and this is a big series, like, a change needs to be made. You need to give it to Benji Gill at some point. Like, you got to make some kind of change, especially if you think you're still in it. There's no way you're looking at it and say, Phil's going to get us there. I don't think Phil's going to get you there. I think you're just lying to yourself. I think I lost Bryce. Bryce had died, everyone. I'm here by myself. All right, we are back. Fixed our issue that Bryce is having. Hey, it happens sometimes. But yeah, so I was just talking about Nevin, how he sucks and all that stuff. But we'll see what happens. So flipping to the other side of this coin, Ohtani, do the Angels even bother trading him? I sort of gave my opinion, saying if you reach a point, maybe just ask him, be like, do you want to go somewhere and try to win this year? If he says yes, then I think you trade him. If he doesn't and he wants to play it out and just see what happens, you do what he wants. I'll give him this much. I think a lot of it too, and this gets downplayed a lot, is when the Angels were healthy, they were a playoff team. And now that they've had like a rough week, it's sort of like everyone's like, they're going to trade Ohtani, right? They're going to trade Ohtani, right? They're going to trade Ohtani, right? And it's just like, well, what are you going to get for him? It's like, you're not going to get as much as you think.
A mystery box.
Yeah, basically.
No, I don't know. I mean, regardless, you're getting a mystery box for whatever you get in compensation for Ohtani. So
yeah, so it's just sort of like it. Like I think
what mystery box do you want? Do you want the one that involves a bunch of
do you want
young
the one
talent, or do you want the one that involves you being able to scout a guy and then?
Well, that's the question. Is do you think your talent guys can do more with it than like 2 or 3 unknown talents?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. And I mean, here's the weird thing with the Angels. A lot of their issues over the past, since the last time they made the playoffs, in 9 years ago?
Yeah.
Was 2014, wasn't it? So
it was 8 years ago.
It will have been 9 full seasons if they don't make it.
If they don't make it this year, it's 9 full seasons, yeah. But the whole thing is, the short answer, they're not out of it. I don't know why the national media is treating it like they're out of it. Like during the All-Star game, they asked Julio, they're like, "Oh, do you think you guys are right back in it?" And they're like 1 game up on the Angels. So it's so the national narrative is really weird. Like I said, I think the national guys want him gone.
Yeah, but the Angels now are playing a good portion of this second half of the season without Trout, without Rendon, without.
Rendon's been useless from the get-go.
Urshela, without.
The funny part is with
Rendon's been useless, but like he's one of the few talented guys you still have on
at this point. But the whole thing is, at this point, you can't trust him. He's the
sure, but that's the whole point. But that's the whole point is he's injured regardless, and so
no, that's the whole point.
The point is you have all these guys injured. And this seems to happen year in and year out.
Yeah, so the whole what
are the Angels doing wrong with their training staff?
I don't think it's even the training staff. I think it's just dumb luck.
You think it's been dumb luck for 9 years?
Here's what I'll say. Here's my 2 cents. I think
even in 2014 they didn't have good luck with injuries.
Here's my 2 cents. Just what I think's going on. I think the terms of like the Bachman injury. If Bachman really if the issue with Bachman was mainly because he was overused over 3 days, then sorry, someone has to be fired for that. Because you should. Who thought it was a good idea to have your rookie pitcher throw 77 pitches in 3 days is absurd. And I don't care. I don't care what your logic is. That should never be the case. Because now he's got shoulder inflammation, and that's probably the reason why. In terms of Rendon, who, no offense to Rendon, is really pissing me off with his attitude, this like nonchalant, like sort of like LOL attitude, where it's like, "Hey, how's the shin doing?" "Well, it's doing better." And when Sam Blum asks him, "Hey, are you doing are you doing any baseball thing?" He kind of laughs it off. And it's one of those bits where I just want someone to be like, "Listen, jackass, I know you're just sitting around making your millions of dollars scratching your balls on the bench and not giving 2 shits, but at least pretend like you care." Like, I get it. He doesn't care. He's checked out at this point because he's getting his money regardless.
My question is, did he win that championship and go, "Well, I've done everything I needed to do in my career"?
Probably. It wouldn't shock. Like the whole thing is none of these guys will ever say it. But if you sort of look at the collective, like if you just look at his Angels playing career, it's been awful. And it's just sort of like he's just making a check. And I think someone made the point earlier where it's like, "Hey, how long do you go before you just cut him?" Like everyone else, Perry's cut. Just been like, "Hey, I didn't sign you to this deal. I don't care. I will pay you to go play somewhere else. And if you get healthy, good on you, because you're just wasting everyone's time here."
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's just stuff like that. And if we want, we can blame the training staff all we want, but at some point,
that's the thing. It's not just Rendon. It's Rendon gets injured, Trout gets injured year after year.
Charles was a broken hand.
But Trout gets injured year after year after year.
If you can prevent a broken hand, please tell me how.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
do they? I don't know.
I'm not this year specifically, but I'm saying like, what is going on?
I don't know.
That Nita's getting
injured. I don't know.
And
I don't know.
Urshela,
I don't know.
Hoppy. Like,
I don't know.
But that's the thing. Like, we can say it's just dumb luck year after year after year, but it's like 9 years.
But here's what I'll. But here's what I'll give you. Here's my counter argument. Every team's hurt. Every team. It's like football. Yeah, every team plays hurt.
Does every team have a full team of injured players that could field a good roster?
Maybe not all at once.
The Angels' current injured players
are. Yeah, I know. I've seen the list. I know.
Field an entire lineup.
2/3 of your lineup is out.
Better than a good portion of the MLB.
Yeah, welcome to the struggle. So it's like I said,
that's the thing. That's not happening to every team.
It happened.
That's not even happening to most teams.
It happened to the Dodgers already this year. The Dodgers were so down. No, they don't. No, they didn't. The Dodgers were playing Mookie Betts at shortstop.
Yeah, but the Dodgers are still.
Do you not really? No. No, they weren't. When they were hurt, they were playing terrible. That you can't give me that. Oh, the Dodgers are good on recency bias. If you look at what they were pulling earlier, they were not playing good at all. They're arguably still not playing that good of baseball. Truthfully,
better than we are.
Yeah, but everyone's playing than we are, because we see the difference between the difference between all those teams in that period of time is they have people who understand what to do. The Angels don't. The Angels don't have that. Like, the last person I think Madden did okay at it, but Madden's big beef was Madden just would always try to think he was better than he was. But the problem is when you don't have guys that can make things work, a good baseball mind or someone who has a good baseball IQ, this is what you get. You end up in these spots where when Heath's playing third, he shouldn't be playing third. You get guys like Stefanik who really aren't big leaguers up there. You end up with Fletcher who's going to be, up and down the rest of his career, where they get chances to guys like Velasquez because they don't have any other choice. This is what you end up with when you have a tear, when you're not built to withstand. And yes, you can't withstand every injury, but you can stopgap it, and Angels can't stopgap it. Why? Because they fill up with these guys that are Angel players that wouldn't scratch the surface of any organization but the Angels. Stefanik's not a good player. I hate to break it to you. He's not. Dice is not a good player. I hate to break it to you. It's guys like that keep the system down and continue to ruin the Angels, because they can't find the guys that do it. They don't have it. They have it.
I'll tell you what I give up. When I give up on a lot of stuff with the Angels was when Artie said, "Hey, I'm not done. There's still more left for me to do."
To be fair, that ruined a lot, because that basically made everything they were doing for naught.
Well, it was like I think,
and there was an evaluation for $3 billion to get the team.
I think even Perry was sitting there saying, "Okay, well, I'm just going to play this as if like we are going to get new owners, so we're just going to play it safe for now." And
this is what happened.
And then all of a sudden, Artie comes back and it's like, if you had just been decisive all along, we could have been signing the best players.
But he's not decisive. He's never been decisive. Why would that change anything? You heard it back. David Sampson brought it up when he was trading Cabrera. Cabrera was an Angel. It's just he did a last call and it pissed Artie off to where he basically pulled out. Like that's the owner. That's the owner of the Angels. He's so impatient that he can't even sell the team right. And now you're in the situation you're in, where it's just like, because of your indecisiveness, you're gonna blow it again and you're gonna lose out on it, and you're a laughing stock. He's a flat out laughing stock, and the only one who takes him seriously is him.
Yep. Well, I guess it is what it is.
Isn't it always? It is what it is.
And I mean,
the only real losers in this are the fans, and I guess the idiots who worship at the altar of Artie Moreno, and there are a few of them. I guess those are the actual losers in this situation.
Well, and every time I've had discussions on Angels Facebook with some of those guys where it's like I've said, I wish, we had a better owner. And they're like, well, what would happen if we had an owner who was willing to spend money? Well, I said, my big issue with Artie is he's not willing to sit there and say, all right, I'm going to go over the luxury tax and spend like the Dodgers kind of thing. And their response was, well, if it was your money, would you want to blah, 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 blah? And I was like, but that's the problem. Sell the team.
If you're not willing
then you can recoup your billions of dollars, and then whoever replaces you is probably going to be like, problem. I want to put a great product out there.
It's their problem.
The reason we were all excited was because it
meant we could actually get stuff done.
We could have a person who wanted to say, look, let's overhaul everything and put a great product out on the field.
Which is
with Artie, it's just like you're going to get the same crap as always.
You're going to get the same.
Ohtani's going to leave because
I don't want to pay him.
Artie and go, I don't want to play for that guy.
He's cheap.
If anybody else is owning the Angels, I almost guarantee you we would have already had an announcement of Ohtani resigns with the Angels.
I don't know. I said,
I think the other owner could have come in and said, look, I'm going to build something special. We're going to pull in all the stops, and you're going to be surrounded by the best talent you've ever seen. But, it's a dream because Artie screwed us over. So.
Again, and like I said, I think you're going to get the RG apologists. You're going to be like, it's not Artie's fault. It's injuries and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, you can blame injuries all you want. But at the end of the day, it's the guy who signs the checks. If he doesn't want, if he sucks, then it sucks from the top down. And you've been seeing that. You've been really seeing that since Perry, and it's unfortunate that it's probably going to cost us. It's what we thought would happen with Trout, except somehow Trout got conned into staying, which now apparently is a bad contract, according to some schlup at ESPN. But who knows, man? I think it's going to be a rough 6 days. I said if they take... I'll say it again. We can revisit it next week. I said if they take 4 out of 6, they're going to buy. If they lose 4 out of 6, they're probably going to sell everybody and anyone because they're going to have to. It's going to start a rebuild because there's no point. There's no point holding on to it at this point. You're playing a shell game at this point.
Yep.
It's not going to work. The rebuild won't work. I'll tell you that right now. Trading and rebuild doesn't work. But if you're going to play, if you're a 4th place team, you might as well play like a 4th place team. There's no point. Like, congratulations, like, already won. And it's going to be a shell of a team, and the only people who really suffer are the fans.
Yep.
That's where it's at. And like I said, we'll revisit it next week. Maybe they win 4 out of 6. Or we'll be back to where we were and just say, sell it.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that all goes down.
It's going to be a long 3 weeks.
And hopefully, maybe they surprise everybody and make the playoffs. And Ohtani says, I'm an Angel for life.
Truth be told, and I've thought this for a while, I don't think he gives a flying shit about making the postseason. I don't think he cares as much as you think. Truth be told. I think he wants to win, but I think, too, he's smart enough to realize that it's not that when the team's healthy, they would have won.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. It's sort of like when I put on Twitter, like, why are you asking Ohtani if he wants to win? Everybody wants to win. It's like asking if you like ice cream. Everybody fucking loves ice cream. Like, everyone loves ice cream and everybody loves winning.
True.
All right. All that being said, anything you want to add to the end of this?
Oh, this is kind of a sad note to end on, but no, Yeah, no, I mean, it's a lifelong struggle being an Angels fan. At least we have 2002, I guess.
Yeah, I know we didn't talk about the ACC getting on the CW.
Yeah, and how the
another
Pac-12
one
still doesn't have a deal
another
going.
one. It's like one of those ones. There's like another one you can cross off of the Pac-12. The CW, man.
They can't even get the CW to take them.
Eye on television, baby. Here we go. It's gonna be the Pac-12 game of the week on my TV. I can't wait.
If that's what it is, it'll be interesting to see how that all goes down.
You know, it's funny.
The station I work for is going to also house an Ion station.
You want to know what's funny?
It's going to be interesting to see how that would go down.
I think there's only one other station that could possibly get them, but I don't know if they have. I think they're independently owned, so they don't have affiliates. But it would be like, so for us, it's KCal 9, and it's be like KCal 9, but I think that's the local CBS, like an actual local CBS affiliate.
Yeah.
Like that's not a national thing.
Yeah, who owns KCal 9? Let's see.
CBS.
I know it's associated with them. Maybe CBS bought them as like a thing. Because we occasionally get it's owned by CBS.
It's a subsidiary, right?
Yeah, well, it's owned by CBS Television Stations, which is a subsidiary of Viacom CBS.
And Viacom, I want to say, well,
yeah, KCal is literally just
local
Channel 2, but on Channel 9.
Yeah, so I don't even necessarily
so they can air local content.
So I don't even know at this point like where they're gonna go. Honestly, because I'm like if you just go through like just the regular stations, CBS has SEC, KNBC has Notre Dame, CW now has ACC, 7's ESPN, 11's Big Ten, 13th is a Fox affiliate, and that's about it. So you got nowhere else to go.
They'll get picked up by Bally Sports.
Fuck.
Bally's gonna be like, we're gonna go deeply into debt and go all in on Pac-12 football.
Oh God, no.
Anyway,
No.
We could do more discussion on this thing.
All right. So with all that being said, my name is Spects, that's Bryce, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.
See you guys.